Hello everybody and welcome back. Just playing a little bit Space Engineers. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you to those that have subscribed. Sorry for the lack of content recently. I've been a little busy. Got into the whole blacksmithing, ironworking craziness, and it was fun and fire and an amazingly spiritual experience. So yeah, all a bit manic really. So yeah, I've got myself a roof up for my forge, and I'm currently laying patio slabs and my back hurts, so today is the day off. Got some clay settling out. I've got about, I don't know, 50 kilos of clay washed out of some sand that was just dug out from making a pond, which is kind of cool. So yeah, things have been getting along. Been to some places, met some people, got my face out there. Haven't really said or done much about any of that yet. I'm not good at social networking. I need to work on that. But yeah, trying to keep my head away from the news. The world's a pretty crazy place out there, you know. You got people who are pretty much proponents for talking and peace, taking chunks of metal in the neck from snipers. It's a little bit insane across the pond in the Atlantic. And in the UK, things aren't really that much better. We just tend to be a bit more polite about it and throw tomatoes. Anyhow, moving swiftly on and into Space Engineers. I've been playing a lot of Schedule 1, but Space Engineers has sort of hauled me back. I've been building a sort of base ship for my friends and I to run out of if my friends ever want to play. Tough call. However, luckily I'm an only child, quite good at playing on my own. If I was a bit better at playing with myself, I probably wouldn't have had such a disastrous dating life. Anyhow, so moving swiftly on. Oh, it's quite a cool horizon there, just planet, 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 sun. Awesome, I like it. Yeah, I bought this mini merchant, which is one of the purchasable ships in the game, and yeah, I'm actually quite enjoying flying it around. It's a lot of fun. Little light ship, no responsibilities. If I stick it into a wall, I'll just buy another one. Okay, I can deal with that. And so yeah, I'm just mooching my way around the moon in the hope of finding some kind of space station round the back here, but nada. There is nothing here. Double up on the antenna range and see what occurs. Maybe I need to get lower, but I have seen nothing so far. Hey. So yeah, I mean, this is what a lot of Space Engineers is, floating around, looking about. Disturbingly, I have no guns. I should probably fix that at some point. But yeah. So yeah, bouncing around in this little mini merchant, enjoying myself, having a giggle. I think it's a 6,000 PCU base station, but it's got a farm, it's got a refinery, it's got manufacturing, it's got 2 reactors on it, and it's going to have a load of jump drives, and it's not really a ship, it's for just bouncing around and basing off of, so I'm calling it the Mining Support Vehicle, or the MSV. Mike Sierra V. Ooh, ouch. Phonetic that you don't use very often. I guess vector. Verity. Mind you, V is one that you could just say as V. Is for V. I don't know. Could be confused with P. Well. genuine pile of schniz around here. There's nothing on this side of the moon. Like, what? Well, that settles it. Maybe I will build on this planet because it's a pile of crap for any other trading. I mean, I could literally go planet side. I mean, it's one way to hunt some meat with the wolves. But yeah. The new solar radiation thing's kind of cool. Likewise, damaged reactors giving out radiation, kind of like that. The farming side of things, not being automated, I'm kind of okay with it. You don't need that much food unless you've got like food consumption on max. On the subject, better eat another one of those. Because you can't just eat 4 kelp packs in a row and get like 48 food back on. You have to do them one at a time, so it's a matter of remembering. And if you forget, you'll use up 6 points of what you're putting on because the time has gone by, but I suppose it all goes the same way. You don't want to top the bar out because that's just a waste of food, but for the kelp packs, algae, it just grows in the algae makers and you just keep emptying them. It's that bit can be automated as long as you don't mind just doing what I'm doing, which is randomly eating the occasional kelp pack. Biggest problem in game at the moment that I'm having, gold supply and ice supply. They are the two that are bugging me. I mean, I could probably improve it by building a mining ship, but hand mining's doing the job. So it genuinely looks like there is nothing between here and the planet. I'm only 6 kilometers away from my base. I'd have seen a base out here by now. So there's nothing in that direction. Do another orbit. I'll do a 90 degree at my base and just quarter the planet again. Or do I go back to the trade station and see whether they've got any more data pads this time? I should really get on with the grind. The nice thing about the moon is there's plenty of resources everywhere. That's the one with the ice in it. Yeah. I stopped a little early. Oh, chaos outside my house, there's hooting horns. No doubt it'll be like the other day when there was craziness and shouting. Or when someone a few doors down set fire to the place. That was a giggle. It was raining hot smuts onto my property and it was very dry. And we've got a very big fir hedge, which is bad. So yeah, that was a bit of a panic stations. Kind of funny though, because 2 weeks beforehand was when we did our little iron smelting shenanigans, and it was drier than it was when that lot went up. And yeah, we didn't set fire to a thing. Well, other than some apple leaves, I suppose. But you can't make iron without cooking some wood somewhere, right? Anyway. Ooh, things getting glitchy. Is that my memory getting full? Interesting. Or was that something spawning in? Turn up my volume a little because I can't hear any of the warnings. Might get a little bit of feedback, but we'll see. Too loud. Try that. I'm just trying to keep my bearings on where I am. It's one of the hardest things when mining. I have a friend with rotational vertigo, and this would really mess her up. So I apologise for the inverted chaos that is me when I fly. You didn't want to be an observer when I was on the stick, that was for sure. Ooh, bad day. I really must build a ship for hunting the sabroids on some of the other moons, so it's like a multiplayer gunship with some auto turrets that are custom for hunting. That'd be kind of cool. As in player controlled, so fly along and do the gunship thing. Be pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. First I need a base ship that's got, like, you know, a hangar and places for people to sleep in cryopods so they don't die. That's a good start. A reasonable food supply, some oxygen, more hydrogen than I currently have, and yeah, we'll be well away. If you're wondering about all of the inventory checking, it's just me dumping the rock fast. No point in hauling it back. I've got the refineries for doing raw ore. The only reason to hit up some stone is for reactor parts, which I'd forgotten how much stone you need for large reactors. It's a lot of stone. Like in the early game, if you can afford the electrical power to do it, you want to be processing all of the stone you mine, really. Like if you've got any intention to build reactors anyway. I mean, I should be building a small scout ship for getting out there and finding some uranium, but that can come later. I'm just working out where I'm at here. There. Excuse me with all the spluttering and coughing. A little bit bunged up at the moment with the high humidity and pollen that we are currently suffering in the UK. I reckon I just wrecked that docking connector, but we'll see. No. I've just found a load of damage from where I got shot up by the other day.
Inventory full.
It's a bit like playing Pokemon with the rocks mining. Gotta get them all. Is that medium storage box still connected to everything else? Yeah, I'll give it that, it still works.
Inventory full.
Something better just check. Right. Something's been damaged somewhere. Fascinating. Don't know why you'd just end up with a pair of steel tubes like that. Obviously something got cut out.
Full.
Hmm. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Inventory full.
Definitely going to have to build me a slightly bigger version of this ship. With a slightly different outline. Though it does look cool as a shadow. This is what I mean about the algae farms, they just keep producing. Dump that out into there. That's definitely a missing block. It's going to be fun to pick the darker blue. It's right behind my recording window thingy. Righty then. Sorry about that, just had to quickly poke my head up and see what was going on. Funny voices. I think it was people going past as opposed to came in saying hello. Gotta love the world. Well, this is a bit of a bare area. Slight course alteration there, I think. And yeah, I'm not scanning for ore because it's the moon and you come across ore every 30 seconds. There's a patch under my shadow there now. Another patch to the left. Another patch directly under me, kind of now. That's a nice crack in the terrain to follow for a race line. Just cruise our way across here. Well, this is pretty poor, to be honest. No trade stations anywhere, just that one that's near where I started as a spawn, which is interesting. Occasional unnatural shape on the skyline that gets me excited, but that's not a chunk of crash ship or anything without an antenna. It's just a lump of rock. Another lump of rock. Ooh, a boulder. That's a nice boulder. Yeah, gotta love Donkey and Shrek. Gotta love it. So yeah, future plans. Space engineers, schedule 1, and a load of blacksmithing and forging once I motivate myself to actually level a patio. And I will do that. Just a matter of energy. I did meet some lovely people last weekend at a local open day at an archaeological site on a forge, which was very nice. I will be pursuing things in that direction at some point in the near future, but they looked a little busy, so definitely come out the woodwork later on in the year kind of thing, once I've got a bit more experience in what I'm doing. The last bloomery was definitely overblown. Way too much air going through it, just blew the material straight out. The trade stations must be hiding somewhere else. And yeah, my fuel consumption may look a little low, but it's because I'm cannonballing with the dampeners off, so I'm just free floating and flying. I've actually been up and away from the computer and come back whilst doing this, and that was a little bit of a gamble. But it is possible on the moon at the correct speed to set up something that resembles an orbit in the fact that you are falling but you're going forward fast enough. But it is not stable. I've only managed to do it for 3/4 of a lap. Before you either crash into the terrain, fall off of orbit into deep space, or require some kind of course alteration, which is what I'm doing right now. I like this ship because it subscribes to my not much thrust in any direction except downwards idea. So you can sort of point your nose down at a sort of 45-degree angle, use the spacebar, flip right over, and you've got a set of engines for downwards sort of speed. It's good. I can't believe in all that flying that I did not find a thing. Not a sausage. Obviously, in the Space Engineer's future, it was Operation Abandon Earth. Maybe Mars would be a better shot. I really want to head to the jungle moon. Suppose I should really build a ship with a jump drive, that'd be a good start. And some engines. Currently it's just a base on a landing leg, and that's not much good to anybody. Well, unless you're marooned on the moon, in which case it's a very handy tool. So I should probably slow down. Yeah, that's why I use that method of slowing down. Stick a big engine out that way and aim it. It's more fun flying. Gaming's meant to be about fun after all. I probably don't sound like I'm having much fun, to be fair. But I am. I enjoy these environments. I like Space Engineers. It's been around a long time. I've been playing it a while. I do enjoy it. At the same time, it's a curse for creativity block. Like, I'm having total constructors block at the moment, so it's a bit of a... Where's the food, people? And where are the data pads? You're scum. You're utter scum. Do I try out the TT-15? It is a little bit bigger. It's also a pile of crap. Much bigger. Orbital only. Way out on my budget. Basically anything with a jump drive is out of my budget, and I don't think that's equipped either. Okay. Whilst I'm here, may as well make some sales. Shrooms? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I only accept contracts over $1 million. Just the way I am. So, essentially, in my game at the moment, this moon resembles a farm owned by a Mr. Clarkson. It contains diddly squat. Yes, indeedy. Come on, I gotta be in range of it by now. Yeah, I still need major amounts of gold. And gold mining is one boring task. Still, what I've built so far isn't actually too bad. It's fully airtight, which I was quite surprised by because I didn't actually build it that way. And for once I've actually got internal space that looks like it was vaguely designed for a human to get through, instead of a... reminds me of the internals of a interwar tank design, with not a lot of room inside. Light tank, yeah, light tank. The small ones, you know the type. The ones where you have to... You've probably never done it, but getting into a ferret or a fox armoured car, likewise the turret of Vickers was kind of hard to get into. But yeah, so the MSV has a front door here, which is obviously airlocked. I will get round to automating these, but till I do. And then in here we've got sort of a foyer space. I was going to put windows in the sides there, but I decided on armouring. There's a cockpit, obviously, with a full panoramic. Kind of a vulnerability in the airtightness, but at the same time it was worth having. On the ground floor of this, we've got access through to the next compartment. That's targeting AI for controlling long-range turrets when they come online. There's a couple of hydrogen engines in here for charging up batteries, H2O2 makers. Pretty much this front section is life support and crew quarters. Upstairs we've got the irrigation system and food maker. Kitchenette for some bits. And some food in here, which I'm the subject of. Do I need? Yeah. What have I got a lot of? Ramen. Let's have some ramen. And then round the corner here we've got some cryopods, or 4 of them. Is 4 a significant number? The answer is yes, because that's how many people I reckon will probably play multiplayer. This is the farm, or one of them. It's got space to be expanded, so yeah, kind of nice. Ooh, getting a bit of judder there. And then over here we've got another farm which doesn't have any crop growing in it because a bunch of pirate drones busted out that corner of the ship and depressurized it, and it died of exposure. So yeah, so on top of here there's algae and oxygen farms. And through this little airlock, this is where it gets sort of armoured car-ish. You got this chamber in here which isn't really designed with a passageway as you can see yet, but we will get one. And this is sort of assembler, refinery, battery packs, comms, secure storage sort of area. And then through here, did I shut the back door? Yeah, the answer is no. Yeah. So we're not pressurised in here yet, but this is going to be another airtight engine room with space for an extra pair of reactors. On the sides here is going to go gas storage with a suitably separated space and some armour. And then at the back of the gas storage is probably going to be the jump drive space. And then the engine is going to be somewhere out here somewhere probably. I don't know. Might stick them across the back here in an enclosed compartment. It's not... yeah, I don't know. Tough call. As you can see, we're running on solar power at the moment, which is kind of sucky. I don't like to run on solar power, but there we go. So yeah, I will get some more automation set up in this ship. I want to get damage control systems that tell you when a section is depressurized, stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to be cool when it's done. Anyway, thanks for putting up with me. Been kind of long-winded, but yeah. I hope you found that sort of informative as to what I'm doing and why things have been a bit quiet. And I shall catch you all in the near future when hopefully I'm doing something a bit more constructive than Space Engineers, even though it's a game about building. Computer games aren't really fulfilling in the long term, so we're about long-term fulfillment. So yes, thank you all for watching, thank you all for joining me. Please feel free to comment, like or subscribe. I would appreciate it. And have a brilliant day everybody, stay safe out there and goodbye for now.